going to happen next.
Yeah.
The uncertainty.
Yeah.
How do you feel in this season that you're in currently? Or tell a little bit about the season that you're in.
Why do you always feel like at some point during our conversations, you switch into therapist mode and I'm like laying back on the couch?
Because I feel like you're grilling me and I'm like, no, people need
grilling you?
People need to learn about your life too.
So much of who I am as a man has been in producing, like literally being able to produce, and that being in my career. And that was at my identity level. Well, based on our lifestyle, that's kind of changed because you were succeeding at work in a way that had to be first. And so I had to take a second seat. And based on what you're asking me, it has been the most uncomfortable part of my life because now I'm having to lean, like I'm not leaning into God for that reason, but it's finally the first time where I was able to do it in a healthy way and not have something pulling me away. So, yeah. Is that what you're asking me?
These answers are awful short. You see how long my answers are when it comes to you.
I'm an interviewer.
Yes.
Like, you talk a lot. Like I said, it's okay. So ask me a direct question.
So why did this season happen? Other than like, of course, my job was, like you said, succeeding.
Yeah.
But like, what decisions that you made that you put you in an uncertain place? Like, tell us about your history before you got to here.
All right, so let's go back. 2017, I'm leading a team at Rooms to Go, which you're familiar with, and I wasn't happy with a couple of things that were going on, and I decided to go to a different company. And this is really when you talk about the grass not always being greener. When I got to the other company, everything they promised didn't happen. And so I remember being in the parking lot and I think I was crying. Like, I think I was really like, because I was like, I want this to work so bad. And I think it was...
Pause. You got to the other company and maybe you were a week in.
It doesn't take that long. How long do you know?
A week in and I get a phone call at work. Let's go through that phone call real quick.
I'm done. I don't think I even I think I was, but I think it wasn't just that moment. It was years.
What do you mean you're done?
Like I'm quitting. Like I got money.
Wait a second. Have you already left? Are you in the car? Like,
yeah, I'm in the car.
Are you still in the company? Have you told them I'm leaving?
I hadn't quit it yet.
No, you were out in the parking lot. So I don't know if I don't know what that process looked like, but you were already done.
Okay.
You didn't call me ahead of time and say, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. Like, what do you think?
Yeah.
Tell me, why in that moment did you say, I'm not going to call somebody first? No, I'm making this decision. Was it you were making a decision for yourself? Were you thinking about me in that moment?
Not as much as I should have been.
Okay.
Emotionally in 2018, I was nowhere close to emotionally where I'm at today. So yeah, and before that. And so that decision was a me decision. It was an ego decision. And it was because I hadn't done the work. And so there's no way today that I would do that same thing. I would consult you. I would come home and pray about it and take all those necessary steps. But in that case, I had some money in the bank. I was like, yo, I'm good for at least a year. And so I'm out, deuces. They were disrespecting me. They weren't treating me right. And my ego was like, no, we ain't doing this. So yeah. And it's funny, but I started leaning in and doing a lot of work and volunteering and coaching and started a podcast, a media company. And it's funny. And this is good. Like, I remember in 2009, I tell you this all the time, but God called me for a certain, and I don't know what yet, but like, I remember before we moved to Raleigh, I told you this, my pastor called me and he was like, don't run. I thought he was talking about a different situation, but he was really talking about from God. And it's been 15 years. And this is the first time where I really surrendered in obedience and saying, okay, God, if that's a door that's closed, I'm not going to open it. And I know you, how many doors have you seen me try to open?
A lot.
And like, this is hard for me.
Okay.
This is like layers of, I'm naked right now.
Okay.
Right? I know you see me in the red hoodie here, but I'm naked. Like, and I was pushing the doors open because I didn't want to feel naked in that way. I needed to earn money. I needed my identity to be, because my identity was so into that one thing. It wasn't broad enough to where if you take that away, what do I have left? I don't like that feeling. Now I'm past that now for the most part. But how many doors did you see? Let's talk through it. Like, because I was not listening to God, I was doing it my way. And I just kept getting fired from jobs, for instance. Wait, is that what you're trying to lead me to say? I feel like she was trying to set me up on here. And it's funny because it really is funny now that I look like. In the moment, it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't funny in the moment, but it is now because. Go ahead.
Nah, like literally, like the last time I got fired, I'm a good employee. Like I'm a great employee, I think. If you've been with me, I'm a great employee. So, but the last time, the guy almost said, like, I don't know why I'm firing. Like, I know he told me something, but it was